Good morning, Panthers, and welcome to our first Wednesday episode of PTV. Now you get to see our shining faces 2 times a week. Let's get into these announcements. Hell Keep Club raised money to donate to the Pediatric Trauma Program by going to their fall rally on November 11th at Six Flags. The cost to go is $40, and you don't need to be a Key Club member to come. In order to pay, go to room E5 on Tuesdays at lunch, and the money will fund medical training and supplies. Make sure you support this great cause, Panthers.
Recently, our reporter Frank went into the field to learn more about what the Dungeons & Dragons Club is all about. Let's see what he found out.
A couple weeks ago, I saw an announcement on PTV about the Dungeons & Dragons Club, and well, it's getting to the point of the year where everything's starting to feel a little bit monotonous, and I thought I could use a little bit of adventure in my life. So I asked some of my friends to join me in going to the Dungeons & Dragons Club, but they all told me that it was just a stupid game for nerds and that I shouldn't go. Well, as it turns out, I consider myself to be a little bit of a nerd, so I went without them, and what I found out really surprised me.
Dungeons & Dragons, I'll be honest, has, I think, one of the biggest communities worldwide, not because a lot of people play it, but because so many things owe to it. You like video games? Thank you, Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh, these guys have a great time. They run the show themselves. They're funny, they have fun, and they're quirky. What's wrong with that? They have a great time. I sit back, read papers, eat lunch, do my thing. These guys are totally cool. And nerds, what's wrong with nerds? But they're not nerds, they're just normal kids having a good time. And D&D is a pretty old school game. Who doesn't like it after all? Why wouldn't you like D&D?
Now, there are a couple stereotypes about D&D which personally I really don't like. One of which is that only people with braces who talk like this play Dungeons & Dragons because it's for nerds. And that is just entirely not true. It's interesting, it's fun. A couple people, I think they joined as a joke last year, just thinking, oh, this should be a laugh. And they actually stuck with it for the rest of the year, going through an entire campaign. In the end, it's just fun in such a way that it doesn't matter if you're a nerd or not. If you can get into a world, you can enjoy it.
Wow, that sounds really cool. I will definitely pay Senor Gare a visit to check it out.
Do you want to get the word out for your club? A great way to do that is to advertise with the Panther Prowler newspaper. You can advertise yourself, your business, or your club. Just email prowler.advertisements@gmail.com for more info.
And don't forget to check out the 3rd issue of the Panther Prowler that's coming out this Friday. Speaking of the Prowler, Dario spoke with an awesome staff member about one of his other passions, yo-yoing. Let's see what James Pratt has to say.
Newbury Park High School student James Pratt has been yo-yoing for 4 years. He received his first yo-yo from his aunt as a gift.
Well, I usually practice around an hour and a half a day. It used to be a lot more. It used to be like 3 hours when I was in middle school and had a lot of time.
James is self-taught and learned how to yo-yo through YouTube videos.
Well, there are lots of things I love about yo-yoing. It's taken me to quite a few places. I've been in Seattle, I've been to Northern California, San Francisco, just for tournaments. Sadly, yo-yoing is really small, so career opportunities are pretty rare. I definitely like to keep yo-yoing, like into my 20s or 30s, but probably not professionally. I'm also excited to show the community what I've got this upcoming year. You can find me on Instagram at James C.E. Pratt.
This is Dario Allen reporting for PTV.
Wow, I wish I could do that. He's like the yo-yo ma of yo-yos.
Literally.
Well, that's all for today, folks. I'm Noah Verov.
And I'm Caitlin Henderson. Have a fantastic Wednesday, and we'll see you this Friday.